Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my free webinar on sharing how everyday professionals are using AI to earn more without a tech background. Okay, I'm Marilyn here, and for the next 1 hour, I'm going to show you something that generally changed my life. And I don't say that lightly. Just a couple of years ago, I was a salesperson calling strangers every day, and I'm drowning in admin work, going home exhausted, and doing it all over again the next morning. Okay, and today, right, I get to work in a completely different way. And to one point, my company actually flew me to Guangzhou to work with their China developer team. I just came back, okay, and me with us as a salesperson with zero tech background who couldn't even write a single code. And here's what I want you to hear at the start. It is a free training. There's nothing you need to buy today to walk away with real value. All I ask one thing, stay with me all to the end because I prepared a little gift for you and I'll tell you exactly what it is in a minute. So do me a favor, close other tabs, put your phone on silent, grab a pen and something to write on. The people who get the most out of the next hour are the ones who treat it like a working session, not a video playing in the background. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's go. And who is this for? Okay, before we go any further, let me make sure you are in the right room because this isn't for anyone and that's okay. The training is for you if you are capable and ambitious, but right now you are stuck doing everything the slow and manual way. It is for you if you heard that AI can change things, but every tutorial feels written for coders. And it's for you if you want income beyond your salary without quitting your job and without learning to code. Now, I just need to be as honest about who is this not for. If you are looking for a magical button that makes money with zero effort, this isn't it. If you are already an engineer who lives in code all day, you probably don't need me. And if you're not willing to spend the next 30 minutes focused to learn one new skill, then this is also going to be tough. But if you're nodding along to the first line and part of you just say, yeah, that's me, and then I want you to lay in because I made this hour specially for you. What am I going to cover? Okay, I'm going to walk you through 3 secrets that shift that took me from beginning where I am stuck to where I am right now. Okay, secret number 1 is you point to the tech, you don't beat it. I am going to show you why being a non-technical, it is actually your advantage, not your barrier. I want you to know that it may sound backward right now. Stay with me. Secret number 2 is that you only need one system, not 100 tools. Most people are drowned by just keeping with every new app. I'm going to show you why mastering one simple workflow beats chasing all of them. And secret number 3 is the window is open right now. I show you why capable beginners, people exactly like you, are the ones who win this particular moment in time. 3 secrets, and somewhere in the middle, I'm going to stop talking and actually shows you one of these working live on my screen in real time. So keep your eyes open. Before I tell you my story, I want you to imagine for 1 second. Imagine finishing your work by lunchtime, the leads chased, the message sent, the admins done, not because you rush through or in a panic, but because a system you built quietly did it for you while you focus on the things that matters. That's not a someday fantasy. That's what I call the after. And I'm going to show you how to get there, starting from wherever you are, even if with total zero. Now, I promise you a gift, so let me tell you what it is. If you stay with me all the way to the end of this training, I am going to give you my AI quick win starter kit. It is a set of plug and play prompts, the exact words you copy, paste, and use so that you can put to work the same night to save your first hour. You don't need any tools you don't have already. It's completely free. There's no catch. My only condition is that you are still here at the end, because that's where I tell you how to grab it. So let me take you back, because things didn't always start off well for me. 2 years ago, I was bottlenecked in my own life, and the worst part is I could feel it every day and I didn't know how to fix it. Here's what my day actually looked like. Chasing leads, updating the spreadsheet by hand, copy and paste the same message 100 times, going home drained, and I repeat the whole cycle. Um, the thing is, I was good at my job, and that was the problem. Because I was good, everything had to run through me. Every message, every follow up, every little task. I was the salesperson with zero tech background. I could not even write a single line of code. And there were so many hours in a day. So I hit a ceiling and I just keep smashing to it. And then something shift. I stopped treating AI like a toy. Something like I just play by writing, some funny questions. I start treating it like a tool that I could point to my actual problem. And that one change in how I saw it started everything. So here's what I did. I use AI to build a simple system to manage my own pipeline, basically a little CRM to keep track of my leads and follow-ups. I wasn't trying to impress anyone, I just wanted to stop drowning. But it works. It worked so well that my company noticed and they adopted it across the whole team. And then something happened. I still find it very surprised. They flew me to Guangzhou to work alongside with the software developer team. Me, a salesperson with no tech background, and in the room it was full of the actual developers. I feel like I'm so small. And that's where it really clicked for me. It was never about being technical. It was about knowing how to point the tools in the right direction. The developers knew how to build. I knew what needed building and why. And that turns out the second skill, your skill, is the one that has been undervalued this whole time. Let me put some numbers to it. Since I started, I saved more than 10 hours. I saved more than 10 hours every single week, and that is over a full working day, back in my pocket every week. And zero, that's how many lines of code I could write when I began. So if you are sitting there and still thinking you're not technical enough, I started with less than what you have right now. And one is one system, not 100. One simple system that my whole company choose to adopt. And that's the power of doing one thing right instead of 100 things badly. So let me draw the line clearly, because this is the shift that what we are really talking about. Okay, the old way is doing everything by hand. Okay, trading your hours directly for money, being bottleneck that everything depends on, and staying stuck at wherever the ceiling your salary sets for you. The new way is having one AI system that does the busy work, building leverage that compounds so that the work you do keep paying off, freeing yourself from the greed, and finally building an income beyond your paycheck. Same person, same 24 hours, completely different life. That's the only thing changes is the system you are running. Now everything I'm going to show you runs on a simple framework. I call it A method. A, I, M. Just 3 steps. And once you see it, you can't unsee. Okay? And that's where A, right? It stands for aim. Okay? You point AI, okay, your single biggest time sink, not 100 tools, not everything at once. Just one thing that is eating your weight. And the I stands for install. Okay, you build one repeatable system around it. Sometimes you can run again and again, not one time off. And the M is, okay, stands for multiply. You turn that system into save hours, and then if you want to, into income, you can resell to other people who have the exact same problem. So is aim, install, multiply. Hold that in your head, because these are the 3 secrets we are about to go really into just aim in action. Okay. Secret number 1. You point the tag, you don't beat it. Okay? So here's the truth that took me way too long to learn. Engineers think in code, but you think in outcome. What the customer actually really needs, what the message should feel like, what good result looks like when it is done right. Okay, and here's the part that nobody tells you. AI is the part that writes the code, and that's its job right now. If you point to it to describe the outcome you want in plain normal words, then stir it until it's right. That's it. That's the whole skill. Let me give you something you can try the moment the training ends. Take the last message you send to a client or a customer, paste it into an AI tool, and just say, rewrite this warmer, shorter, and more human. That's all. And then you watch what comes back. Most people are genuinely shocked for the first time they see it. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to do exactly that live so that you can see it with your own eyes. Okay. And remember the software developer team that I told you about? Here's one thing. I never outcode a single person in there. I couldn't. What I did was out-aim them. The system I built wasn't technically clever. It is simple. but it solved a real problem because I understood the problem better than any developer did. I was the one living it every day. That's why the company adopted. That's why they wanted me to be in that room. Not because I learned how to code, because I learned to aim. Okay, I want to stop talking and to show you. So don't take my word for it. Watch it, okay? So right now, I am going to point, okay? I'm going to point my clock, okay, at a messy folder, okay, that has a lot of random files in it, screenshots, okay? So let me stop share screen right now and show you another of my screen for it, okay? Yeah, I guess everyone can see what is on my page, right? So this is it. And are y'all all able to see? I'm going to show you. This is my download file. You can see that it's super messy, right? There's a lot of files in it. Okay. So, and I'm going to ask Claude, right, to actually to organize all of this neatly into my file. Okay. So let's watch it how smart Claude is, okay? Okay, actually I did it the previous time. So these are all the system that actually I've done it. Okay, so let me just show you. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay. No worries. We can always start a new chat, okay? So you can see, start a new chat like this, Marilyn's return, right? So I say, okay, I want to organize my messy files in the download folder. Okay, I want to organize my messy file in the download folder according to the topics. Okay, I am using MacBook version. Okay, give me the step by step guide as I am a new beginner. Okay, so let's see what it writes. Okay, so you can see since you are on a MacBook and there are two ways, okay? So either you do it manually or you do it using a built-in features. Okay, so you can see manually you sort and that is which is the usual way, right? But we want it to be in a working in a smart way, right? Because there's so many folders that just now you saw I had, right? So many and it can be very tiring, right? So okay, let's see. You see, manual way. Open, find the folder. Okay, step 2, switch it. And tidy it along. And then you can see that, okay, let MacBook auto sort by date or kind. So if you just want a quick grouping without making the folders, open the drop-in and use the kind and then run it again and Would you like me to suggest based on the kind of file you want to download? So I can recommend. Then I just say yes. Okay, it asks to recommend, right? So I'll say yes. Okay, so it will think. So it's always good that you write a specific exactly what you want the Claude AI to do. Okay. So you can see that it will give suggestion how you want it. So a lot of kind of messy works, okay? Okay, I want it to be auto sort every week. Okay. Please tell me how I can go about. Okay, actually it should be here. So sorry, it should be writing in the code word under new task. Yeah, let me retype it again, okay? I want to organize all my files in the download folder as it is very messy. I am using MacBook, so please suggest how it can be sorted out using a prompt. Okay, let's wait and see, okay? So I like to use code word, okay? But some of y'all will be like finding, okay, how what's the difference between chat, code word, and code, right? That's where when you actually, okay, attend further, and that's where you will get to learn more. Okay, organize. First, request access to it, then scan everything, blah blah blah, and continue. And then you see the sorting happens on your MacBook. So I ask approval to access, and I'll tell you the plan before touching the file. I won't delete anything unless you tell them. So Claude will be always in a way that you can tell them to, have the permission, okay? So do you want me to run it now? And then I say yes. Okay, so you can see that it will start scanning and then it will give some of the solution. Okay, so let's watch it, okay? Okay, so it will ask you and then I will say yes. Okay? It will ask for permission first. Okay, so now you can see that it's connected to. Okay? Of course, in the midst of it, now you are saying, right, it is always good that you need to train your Claude AI, like giving some instruction skill set. So all this, it will be covered, in more detail if those who really wants to learn more about the Claude AI, okay? So you see, now moving the 360, it looks file, wow, okay, into category, subfolder, nothing deleted, okay, all sort. Now flagging the duplicates and large files for review, so you can see. Okay, and guys, you can see here, it actually tells you exactly what it's doing. And now, okay, done. All are sort, okay? And you can see that it tells you after all, try and move and with loose, and these are the existing for blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can see 142, and presentation, how many archive, nothing was deleted. And then the big one, 4 version of the clock, okay. Okay, and 1, 2, so do you want me to delete? No, okay, because I can't delete, okay? So let's go in, and just now you all saw my download file, right? Okay, let's see how it looks like. Ta-da! Guys, can you see? Now this is my download file. Oh my gosh, can you see? It is so neat now. All the rubbish that is in it, it is at least quite cool. Okay, so can you see all with the coding, okay, archive, okay, at least it looks neater, but of course, okay, it actually organize it wrongly. Okay. Okay. Of course, it looks neater, but you can see that it actually uh organize it wrongly, even though it's neater. Okay. So that's where, right, you need to actually, if you already know how you want Claude to organize your file, then you must tell them, like, probably organize it according to all the same name, will go in. Okay, now it didn't. Okay, you can see. Okay. So probably let me try to say that okay, even though it is sorted, but in the wrong category. Okay, then you tell them what you want. I prefer the files to be sorted according to the same topic name. Can you can you resort it again? Okay, so you can see that I'm not very happy with it, so I will tell it to resort it, but I'm not going to give any permission to delete. So that's the power. Of course, you need to connect your some of the connectors. Okay, you may be wondering what's that. Okay, but that is something you need to know. But I just want y'all to show y'all that right now this is like how powerful Claude is, and even it can write codes. Okay. Okay, now it's thinking, right? Okay, while it is thinking, you can see that it's here. Okay, it has some of the MD file. What is it? This MD is called a markdown file. Okay, so you can see, okay, this is quite fast. So let me look at the actual name to identify the topic. So the tricky parts is share some of uh the company pre-name and so the real grouping is by project that is underneath So I will say by project. Okay. And what are the main topic? Then I'll say merge them together. Okay. Because this is like my office laptop. So, okay. So it will think. So you can see that actually Claude AI, right? At times when they are not sure, they will actually re-ask you back questions on it. Then you just answer it accordingly. Okay. Cool. Powerful. How many of you all actually think that you have actually gotten value? You can actually type value in it. Okay. It's still thinking. Right, cool. So, but you can see that actually, okay, my file has been sorted basically. Okay, cool. So let's go back the to the PowerPoint slide. Okay, where we are. Okay, where we talking about the secret number 2, right? So let me name you something that you might be feeling right now. Okay, every single week, there's a new AI tool, a new app, a new trend that is telling you about the 5 tools you must use or you'll be left behind. It's exhausting. It makes you feel like you're already behind, even though you have not even started. The overwhelm, that's the trap. That's exactly why most people freeze and actually never begin. They're so busy trying to keep up with everything and they never master anything. So here's what I want you to hear. You do not need 100 tools. You just need one. One repeatable system that you can actually run it again and again. For your message, for your leads, for your admin, you master that one workflow. And then only when everything else becomes so easy, then you add on. So start narrow, go deep, and that's the opposite of what everyone is telling you. And that's how exactly it works. Okay. And most of the courses do opposite of this. They bury you in features, 150 videos, every tool under the sun, you finish, overwhelmed, and you implement nothing. I learned the opposite way, almost by accident. One system that saved me 10 over hours in a week. And because it's simple, it actually stuck. I built on it, and that's why it worked when a dozen half finished courses are sitting in my inbox. Never did. Simple is what you actually use. And what you use is the only thing that ever changes your life. And number three, the window is right now. A lot of people quietly believe they already miss it. The AI is a train that left the station and everyone else is on it but them. So let me say this clearly. It's not too late. If anything, it's the perfect time. AI isn't afraid. It's the biggest shift in how work gets done in a generation. And right now, today, most people are still watching, still reading about it, still planning to get it eventually. They're not doing. And the gap between the people watching and the people doing, the gap is your opening. You don't need to be first, you just need to be early, capable, and willing to start before you feel completely ready. And here's the secret about feeling ready. Nobody does. You don't wait until you feel ready. You start with someone showing you the steps, and the readiness comes after. And look, I want you to know that I didn't start early either. I wasn't some visionary. 2 years ago, I was late. I didn't start because I I feel ready. I started scared. The only thing I did differently was that I refused to keep waiting until the fear went away. So right now, I was the person that my company flew me overseas so that the team can learn from me. The window was open for me right now. And honestly, it is open even wider for you today. The tools are better, easier, cheaper when I first begin. So let me ask you directly. Take 30 seconds. Which of this is you? Tick them off in your head as I go. Okay? Do you save 10 hours every week? You want to do the work of a whole team on your own? You want to build an income beyond your salary? You want to stop being the bottleneck of everyone depends on. A future proof your career so that you are never the one left behind. And finally start with a clear path instead of 100 open tabs. Even if 2 to 3 of those landed, and what I'm about to share with you is for you. So stay with me right here. Because here's the part that nobody likes to talk about it. The cost of waiting. And waiting always feel free. It isn't. Another year of slow wait is like another 500 plus hours lose to admin you could have automated. It's watching people who are honestly less skilled than you pull ahead. Not because they are smarter, but simply because they started. It's the same salary ceiling, the same drain evening, the 12 months from now, except now you are 12 months more tired of it. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I live it and I don't want that for you. So let's talk about the other path. Let's pull the three secrets together because that's exactly true. Number one, you don't need to be technical. You point the tools, your judgment is the skill. You already have it. Number two, second point, you do not need 100 tools. You just need one repeatable system. It's all it takes to start. Point three, you are never too late. The window is open right now. It's wide open for capable beginners like you. So the real question is, what do you do with that? Let me ask you honestly, do you get any value from today? Be real yourself. If even one of these three secrets gave you a new way of seeing this, then we are in a good shape. Because the thing in this 40 minutes, I can teach you one secret. I can open the door and show you what's possible. But to actually install the whole system, to go from that makes sense to it's running in my life, it takes more than a training. So I built something for you. Let me show you what it is. It's called the Claude AI Accelerator, and that's the exact system I wish I had when I started. It's how to use AI to save the 10 plus hours a week to do the work of a team and to build income beyond your salary. Lay out in plain step-by-step order. No coding needed. If you can send a text message, you can do it. I built it for the vision of me from 2 years ago, and right now being a capable person who just need someone to show them the path. Now, it's honestly not for everyone, and I'd rather be upfront about that than push it on you. So instead of asking you to buy anything right now, I'd rather we just talk first and find your fastest win together. I show you how to do that in a moment. So here's what actually it has inside. One step-by-step system. Okay, there will be 5 core modules that will take you from your very first AI win all the way to a full working system. In plain step, you can follow even if today is day 0. Okay, and second, I'm going to give you my 100 prompt vow, the plug and play prompts for your message, for your leads, for your content, and even for your admin work. So you never start staring blank at the screen and wondering what to type. Third, you are invited to my private community. So to get unstuck fast, you are always surrounded with people by doing the same thing you're not figuring it out on your own alone. Fourth, you'll get a live money Q&A session with me where you bring your real work, real situation, and we solve it together live. Okay, just like just now you saw live, right, where I do the work. Okay. So now this first round is the founding cohort, and here's why it pays to start now. The seats are limited on purpose because this first round is small and I work closely with each one of you in it. Founding members get my full attention and direct access to me as we build. It is zero restart because as you go through the whole thing, and if it turns out not to be for you, you are fully covered. The fastest way isn't a buy button. It's a quick chat with me. So we can make sure it's genuinely a right fit for you before you commit anything. So here's your next step. Here's just one and it's free. Book your free AI strategy call with me. On the call, We'll map out your single fastest AI win. That's one thing that will save you most time this week. If you keep the starter kit either way, just for showing up, no pressure, no hard sell. You just need to go to your screen right now, okay, and type this tell tidycal.com success well with me. Okay, this is my business. Okay, just grab a time and it's right below in this video. Okay. Yeah, kelly.com. I also will send you in the chat. Okay. And remember the free gift that I promised you at the start. So here's how it works. When you book your free strategy call, you walk away with my AI quick win starter kit, my plug and play prompt kit, even if we both decided that the accelerator isn't right for you. So you generally cannot lose here. Worst case, you get on a free call, you walk away with a free kit. I point you to a single AI win that saves you the most time this week. Best case, we find out this exactly is what you have been looking out for. Either way, you win. Before we wrap, I want to leave with one question. I want you to exactly sit with it for a second. If time and money wasn't an issue, how different would the next 12 months of your life look like? Really picture it. Because the truth is, the system to get you there already exists. The only variable is whether you start. So don't let this be another someday you got the capability, you prove that just by showing up and staying till the end, that's the only thing left is to take one small step. Book the call, it's free, it's low pressure. The future self will thank you for it. The link is right below, okay? Let me repeat again. tidycal.com, success well with me. So go and grab your time while it is fresh, okay? Yeah, I leave this for 1 minute 30 seconds more, okay? And of course, if there's anything, or any questions that you have, this is the time. Ask me anything, then take your next step. And of course, the fastest way to reach me is to get your free call. Okay. Just now the website. Just now the site I already mentioned the link, right? Okay. But of course, if you would rather to message me, you can always WhatsApp me and I can read it. Or if you have any questions here right now, can also let me know. Okay. If not, I really want to thank everyone for spending the time with me, and I really meant it. So now it's ready to take that one step, and I'll see you at the call. Okay? So bye everyone.